Yeah, welcome everybody. This is working group Green Reviews meeting, and it follows the CNCF Code of Conduct, which can be summarized under be nice to each other. Today we would like to give some updates pre-KubeCon, and we are happy to announce that the blog post is finalizing around the working group updates. You can give your inputs there if you like, or get to know the details about what we have done in our second milestone before KubeCon. And I will also speak about the other updates toward the documentation for the SES core factors. And we have also some news about the dashboard, which is up and running. I took a look this morning. Looks great. Great work, Nikki. And actually, I would pass the word to you so that you can get into more details.
Right. So and great job also, Raimundo, who's been paying on the dashboard. And so let's go to the start. Right. For the blog post, if people would like to review more, that would be awesome. I guess I wanted to ask, I need like another day to read through it tomorrow. Is there a deadline for editing, or a date for when it will be published so that we kind of know it's okay?
I think last time I heard about a deadline was tomorrow to be published, but I'm not sure how strict we are on that. So I think you can comment on the issue to see if it's fine to publish on Friday. I don't think one day would make a huge difference, and still, like, there are some open points. So I think it would make completely sense to postpone it one day or two.
I think if we publish it before maintainer talk on Thursday next week, it shouldn't be an issue. It's like if we manage to publish it until maintainer talk, that's great. But if it's still not, if we're still not fully pleased with that, then I guess it's also okay. So I don't think tomorrow is the hard deadline. It wasn't, at least, a hard deadline.
Okay, I'll make sure to finish reviewing it tomorrow, and then I'll just leave like looks good to me. There's 3 people, I think, who needs to review. Right. Maybe we can do a check like this.
Yeah,
Yes, I did another review. Just gonna say, I did another review like last night, but I can do another one, particularly if we have a bit more time. I can do another one if needed.
Yeah, thanks, Ross. I've incorporated almost every change you suggested. So yeah, very much appreciated.
Great, thanks. Glad to help.
Awesome. I guess the next thing is also if we don't have lots of things, maybe we can also end early today, because I feel like we might get there faster. But we'll see. You never know. Now that we're going to talk about the SCI dashboard, we might be here for a while. So this is the first draft that we've, kind of hacked on and put together. Lots of things to do still, but still a great thing to have. Yeah, I guess if folks have any feedback or any suggestions, now's the time. Also, we can, now that we're all together, we can talk about it and leave your suggestions here. The DNS. We don't have a domain yet. I think we didn't decide on the name, if I remember correctly, Ross.
Yes, that's it. We've got the public IP now, and it's a global one. So even if we want to move Metro, the IP is fixed. I think, yeah, we just need to kind of decide on the name. And also, I think with so many things going on, like pre-KubeCon, it didn't make sense to do it this week. So yeah, I think once we've got a name agreed, maybe the week after KubeCon, we can just request it and start the process there. Yeah, there is an issue for it. Just trying to find which one it is.
It's 31.
Yeah, great. And I think, yeah, those steps are there. And then once we know what the domain is, we can add the ingress via Flux. Yeah, it's just really, figuring out the name. And we just also maybe want to future-proof it in case we want to add more sites like in the future.
And I guess we should link the dashboard itself in the docs, or make it more visible somehow. I wonder if we can can you have a dashboard embedded in our website? I don't know. I should know this, but I don't. Oh yeah, SCI dot, yeah. Dipankar, that's a good idea. Maybe we can, well, I don't know if we want to focus on the SCI because it's for the whole Grafana instance. And then we want to have a subdomain under the tag website. So that's why it's like that. But then we need a different name also for the docs website. So that was where we ended that conversation, I think. We can revisit this. We can definitely revisit the SCI dashboard after KubeCon. And since this is kind of the number also that we care about, we'll have to, yeah, once we have all the pipeline for the test, and we have this score per version, that's going to be the score that we eventually want to push upstream to DevStats. I don't know if everyone's familiar with DevStats, but one idea was to have a stat for each project. So that would be interesting to see if we can make the SCI index part of DevStat eventually. How do we feel about that now that we have the score in front of us? Ross, what do you think?
Yes, thank you for mentioning DevStats. That was also one of the things I was thinking about maybe for KubeCon, whether we can find someone who maybe one of the maintainers of DevStats and have a chat with them. Because I think that would help us to see how things are going kind of further forward. Because I think probably we'll need to connect kind of their Prometheus to our Prometheus. But I'm not really sure how that works. It'd be great to have a chat with someone there and also get their advice as well about where it would kind of fit within DevStats as well.
Yeah, if we decide to go in that direction, it will be a big project in itself. So maybe we do want to focus on the test pipeline first, and then when we're ready, we'll go in that direction. But yeah, definitely if we can find the folks involved with DevStats, I think that's a question for Leo so that he can investigate. Or Christina, I don't know. I mentioned Leo because he's like in the TOC and he can ask the TOC.
Yeah, I think there will also be a meeting between TOC and tag leads during KubeCon. So I guess he can even ask it in person, maybe even. So
Sounds good. We'll bring that.
And about the good point you raised before, so to give a bit better visibility to the dashboard, maybe we can add the link to the README as a first thing.
And like a screenshot at least.
Yeah, would look like,
screenshot.
yeah, would. Actually, is this number here, like the SCI equation, like changing every 15 minutes?
It does change every 15 minutes. So that's the functional unit that we've assumed for Falco right now. Is
Nice.
since Falco is constantly deployed and is constantly being tested with the tool that is making events in the kernel. We're assuming it is constantly being tested, and so the scope is 15 minutes.
Nice. So we should have a watch party and wait like for the 15 minutes to happen and like do a hola after it changes the name.
When
If
does
you
it become
refresh-
red?
Yeah, if you refresh now, maybe it will change, I think, because the intensity is given by, well, it's a function of the energy and the formula that the Green Software Foundation has provided. On that, I have a question. It's also suggested by the Green Software Foundation that when it includes operations in a data center, the power usage efficiency, is also included in the calculation for energy. I don't know how difficult it will be to still get this by now, because I know it's already KubeCon conf, and yeah, I was wondering whether we could include it there or just submit it for the time being.
So to
Because-
incorporate the PUE in the
Yeah.
energy factor?
Indeed, we will need to multiply it by the PUE.
Right. Is the PUE like how well it utilizes the energy that it?
Correct. So ideally, well, it's the ratio of energy usage against energy that is being used by computation. So ideally, is 1 watt of energy that enters the data center is equivalent to 1 watt of computation. That's the idea. So 1. But normally you have equipment around it, like cooling or other kind of things that increase the amount of watts that are being used in the data center. And I think that the best number is 1.1, 1.2 by Google, but normally it's a little bit higher than that.
I think this is a good idea. If we know the PUE for Equinix, I'm sure they have this data published.
Okay.
Yes, we got
Sorry.
we got some feedback from Equinix with their sustainability reports. I don't know if the PUE is in there. We can look and see, if it's in there. And like Ed, my contact there was wanting to chat to KubeCon as well, so we can talk to him about it as well. But yeah, I think it would be nice to have PUE, included there.
Yeah, if you want, I can take a look at the link. Is the link that he posted on the merge requests, right? A pull request.
There was some discussion in the issue, and I think he posted a sustainability report. And so we can see if it's there. And some of the figures they publish are kind of regional, so Europe, North America, kind of larger regions. But we can see what if they have PPUE there.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take a look.
Okay, awesome. Those are some good notes. And we do need to add docs. I mean, the docs, Ross and I will be in the train for 8 hours on Monday. so there will be some docs writing happening. I'll be
Yes, same
writing the
here
whole
if you want to
day.
share the load.
Yeah, we'll be in the
I'll let you
train
know.
all day, so thanks to Cube Train, so we'll have a lot of time on your hands. Yeah, we can each take one if you want.
Hopefully the connection is also good or decent.
Yeah, because there is docs for the embedded for the M figure, just because I wanted to write up the kind of working that I did with the Bovista stuff. So I think we can extend that to cover the to cover the other factors there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it was definitely interesting to see the Bovista figure, and I mean, at about 4 grams an hour, I think it also kind of reinforces why we want to run things dynamically and not have things running 24/7.
That is, yeah, what we'll have to fix right after KubeCon is to move things to GitHub Actions so that we're not running everything 24/7. Which kind of leads me to the last point that we have in the agenda, which is in 2 weeks, I believe, we have the next Green Reviews meeting. I'm not sure. Probably need to check the calendar, but what we could do, yeah, on the 27th, what we could do is just have like a retrospective type of thing, maybe what worked well in the last milestone, what didn't. I think those are important to do periodically before we move on to the next milestone and like start planning for it. Definitely, I think we'll have some discussions around like writing proposals, more diagrams, things like that, I think. So if that sounds okay with everyone.
Yes, I think that's a great time to do a retro before we start into the proposals.
Would you like an issue maybe to write a retrospective in an issue as comments, or like we just do a retrospective in a call?
It might be worth collecting some thoughts beforehand, having an issue where people can put feedback beforehand, and then we can go through it in the meeting. I think that'd be nice.
Okay. Cool, and I can do that. Okay. Nice. Is there anything anyone would like to mention for after KubeCon, or I think everyone also should pat themselves on the back because we've done a lot of work. There's been a lot of energy and time spent on this. I hope that we can also take a little bit of time to rest after KubeCon because it has been intense. It's always intense, these ebbs and flows. So right after KubeCon, I would say like we can take it easy for a little bit, unless folks have a lot of energy and would like to get right into it. That's also fine. But just wanted to raise that. Dipankar is ready to write a proposal on CI pipelines, for example.
No rest for the banker.
No. All right. Any other points that are that we haven't discussed? Can take a look at the board for a quick second. I think we can this is kind of under review, and then the rest we'll
collect and visualize the SA score is done, right?
that's
Or
done. We haven't closed all the issues because there's no docs yet, but otherwise it's done. Yeah, just need docs.
Steps, good.
If that's if there's no other thing, I feel like it's okay to end things here. I know everyone, I know I'm tired from preparing for KubeCon, and I'm very excited to do a talk on Tuesday with Christina, but also very anxious. So, who's traveling the next few days for KubeCon? You know, Ross, Antonio, Christina. Yeah, Flavia. Oh, nice, awesome. Very excited to meet you. Cool. Are there any pair cutting like we have for like anything to pair on? Yeah, like any open coding issue.
Yeah, we do have some issues with like well, the issues flagged with good first issue. Not only kind of major things, but some things like we need to upgrade a version of Flux. There's different. There's a few that I can think of, but that would be the main ones I think that have good first issue label on them. I think it would just be reviews might be a bit slow with due to KubeCon.
Actually, there's a good point though. What Dipankar is raising. Maybe from time to time, once a month, we can organize a session between the working group meetings, like in the week, where we take some time to do some pair coding. Like if someone wants some help, so like someone could register or request it, and then we can have a session together. It's also a better way to do things done community way. I'm not sure is don't look too convinced, Nick.
No, it's a good point, and like we also don't have a lot of good first issues in the repo right now for folks who'd like to contribute, and that's something to do better. We'll definitely, I think, have a lot more when we're back.
Yeah, I guess we'll have one round of retro, then maybe another round of prioritization. So what needs to be addressed in the current milestone. So like we confirm the next milestone, and then we'll be back at working mode again.
Yes,
Also,
this
do
was
you
also
want
why
to
I
close
wanted
this
to have
one?
a.
Sorry, go ahead, Russ.
I was gonna say this is why we never focus on docs, because we're also hoping after KubeCon to have some new contributors coming in, so kind of improving the docs experience. We do have some challenges because we're sort of technical project, and sometimes you need access to the cluster. How we kind of work around that. But I think there's definitely things we can do with improving docs, and hopefully also working on the pipelines shouldn't as much need access to the cluster. But that's something I'm still kind of trying to figure through. So suggestions on that and how we can improve that would be much appreciated.
And can I suggest that we close this issue? Because now that we have dashboards, like Grafana dashboards, I don't know if we need the Kubernetes dashboard.
Probably not, but you're not sharing, are you? Or
Oh, sorry, I thought yeah, I am not sharing right now. Okay, Close it.
Kill it.
Yep. Okay. I definitely think also we need to clean up the board because there's some things we'll be able to close very soon. Especially with the SEI score for Falco. But we do need the docs first, and then we'll like close a bunch of issues. Like there's like at least 5 issues that we'll be able to close, and then we can start fresh.
Yeah, I
So-
still also need some more time to finalize the slides for the maintainer talk, but after that, maybe if I finish earlier, I can also try to pair up for the docs help there. So let's keep in touch.
Dipankar, if you'd like, the Flux upgrade issue, that would be super helpful also. Yeah. Just, I think it's the only good first issue that is up for grabs right now. Otherwise, no worries. Oh, Ross, did you have something already in the works?
It's just how we do the upgrade, because I think we need to do the upgrade via TOEFL. So just because it's the first time doing it, it needs a bit of figuring out. But Dipankar, if you want to pair on this, we could pair on it and maybe write some docs so we can do it for future upgrades. My hesitation was just because it's the first time we're doing it, but let's pair on it and figure it out.
Okay, we'll revisit it after KubeCon, I guess. I don't know if you have time to pair Ross before, but
maybe on Tuesday. I don't have anything on until you talk in the evening, Nikki. So maybe, but Dipankar, I'll ping you in Slack and we'll figure out a time.
cool. Okay, all right. Anything else? Any other points? If not, I hope everyone has a great rest of the week, and I'll see some of you soon. And thank you again, everyone, for all the work, and it's exciting that it will be presented, and then we can share the recording, and then like share the blog post as well. It's very exciting. So bye everyone. Have a good evening. Take care.
Thanks everybody.
Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.